Lions must get to the 30. As Goff fires, St. Brown wide open across midfield. One man to beat, it's Forrest. And Forrest knocks him out of bounds inside the Washington 25. Third down and 4. Goff steps to his right, throws, end zone, touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown. From the 25-yard line, some trickery from the Lions as St. Brown takes it down the sideline. Well, that's exactly what this Detroit offense needed.
We're going to play till there's a winner and there's a loser. What's that? A tie. Okay, till there's a winner, a loser, or a tie. You can tie. If you tried to end a game in a tie in the United States, heck, that might be listed in Revelations as the cause for the apocalypse.
Welcome to the Week 2 Power Rankings, where we have our first tie of the year between our first brother versus brother matchup, Mike versus Andrew, 150 to 150. Not the start these two wanted, but Jalen Hurts, the Bills defense, and Tyler Bass came rumbling back Monday night to force the tie. These two will see each other again Thanksgiving. We move on to an out-of-conference Week 2 matchup, Chris Seymour versus Tommy Miller. Stephon Diggs led the way in this matchup with 45 points, 12 catches, 148 yards receiving, and 3 touchdowns, as the Buffalo Bills absolutely clobbered the Tennessee Titans. However, that was not enough for Tommy this week, as Dalvin Cook had a whopping, let me check my notes, 17 yards. 17 yards. Good for Tommy in the fact that the Eagles won. Bad for his fantasy team that Dalvin Cook absolutely blows. Speaking of blowing, Hunter Henry, no catches, no yards, 0 points. Thank God George Kittle is coming back for Tommy. Now, on to Chris, though. Let's have a conversation about Rashad Bateman. I am not a Lamar believer in the slightest. However, Rashad Bateman continues to put these numbers up, and defending league champion Chris Seymour is back to a 2-0 start, even with starting Rex Burkhead and Mark Ingram at the running back position. Should be interesting going forward. Week 2 and it's already over. Thank you for coming, Dylan. 0-2, starting Keenan Allen. We'll get to all of that. But folks, it's time. It's time for the award of the week.
Suck my cock! I'll murder your family!
I know what you're thinking. Mike, Commissioner Martin, York won this game. Why is he getting the Suck My Cock, I'll Murder Your Family award? My team would much rather have that. When you leave Tua with 44 points and Jalen Waddle with 41 points on your bench, and you would have held the record for the highest scoring team week in the league ever, you, my friend, get the Suck My Cock, I'll Murder Your Family award. To be fair, the Suck My Cock, I'll Murder Your Family award could have gone to Dylan for this shit.
Customization.
Genius!
He's tenderizing the ground.
Of course!
Write that down, write that down.
I forgot there was Thursday night football. I understand Dylan's busy and has a big boy job now, but you forgot? Come on, man. Week 2, first of 2 father-son matchups. Jeremy Price. The student has become the master.
Yo, Adrian! I did it!
Yes, indeed, Jeremy gets the win and sends Jerry to an 0-2 start. Let's not forget, though, Jerry, Josh Allen, you made it close. 32 points, 317 yards, 4 touchdowns. I'm glad he learned his lesson after benching Josh Allen last week when he was going up against Mike. However, the real story of this week has to come from the purple team, Lamar Action Jackson. 46 fantasy points, 318 yards, 4 total touchdowns. Remains to be seen whether or not Lamar Jackson can be a legitimate Super Bowl winning NFL quarterback. But in fantasy purposes, forget it. This guy went off. Couple that with Mark Andrews and his 26 points for 104 yards, 9 catches, and a touchdown. Jeremy steamrolled his father this week to send him to 0-2. Nick Chubb, not shown here, 31 points, 87 yards, 3 touchdowns. Get excited, Dan. It's a big week. The Lions won and Jeremy won. I don't know the last time that happened. Let's see if it continues. The last of our Week 1 matchups, Jake Leveroni against Austin Seymour. Let's take a peek.
Fans, but Dak Prescott may have just broken his hand. You can see he throws it on the follow through. He gets hit right here again. 2 separate times this game.
So now you're going to give Carson Wentz scary Terry McLaurin.
Imagine telling somebody last year, at the end of the year, that Carson Wentz was going to deliver Austin a Week 2 win against Jake. You wouldn't have known that for many reasons. But Carson Wentz, 26 points, 337 yards against a Lions defense that, well, at best has looked a little porous. But Dak Prescott, Carson Wentz stepping up and giving Austin the win to avoid 0-2. Now, it does need to be discussed here, folks. Jake Leveroni, in his 5 years in the league, has never missed the playoffs. He is now 0-2, the lowest scoring team in the league. Gonna have to bounce back in Week 3, or we might have some issues here. But that's enough talk. Let's see those Week 2 power rankings.